As long as you keep your specific person on a pedestal, that is exactly where they'll stay, always slightly out of your reach. I've always tried to stay away from the topic of manifesting specific people because I know I have what could be perceived as a cynical way of looking at it. I've just been too successful in this regard. Not to sound arrogant in any way, there are still areas of life that I am working towards mastering, but being an introvert, I never really applied much value to having specific people in my life anyways. So with the subject of manifesting specific people or love or friendships in general, it always came easier to me because I never really had much attachment to it to begin with. I can recall trying to manifest a specific person on 10 occasions, and all times I succeeded. I have never tried to manifest a specific person without succeeding, and I feel slimy to admit that. Almost slimy, a little slimy admitting that. When I was doing these type of manifestations, I was most certainly in my villain era. So the relationships never lasted. I never cared if they did. I was young, I was dumber, I was just trying to rack up my numbers. I didn't want those people necessarily. I just wanted them to want me, and I always got my way. Now, I want you to understand I'm not the same person anymore, so you cannot judge me for who I used to be. I've already made my rounds and made my apologies, and I've already learned from those mistakes, which again is why I don't like talking about manifesting specific people, because I know how to do it too darn well. I just have to trust you that the powerful information and knowledge I'm about to share with you on how to manifest your current specific person will not be abused in the same ways that I misused them once. I have to trust that you will not do as I did and abuse this information to fluff up your own ego while carelessly discarding the very valuable heart of another person. I trust you that you are coming from a place of innocence and purity, and I will no longer withhold this video from you. I recently had this conversation with God. Literally, this is God. And God is doing really well. God will never know how immensely proud of them I am. I truly do applaud God. God has been devoted to developing themselves. God says they're doing it for themselves, and I believe them. God is practicing self-care, and they're prioritizing themselves. When God focuses on themselves, they feel good, and they recognize that they feel good, which is good because it means God is thinking for themselves. God is reflecting. God is good. God is currently trying to manifest a specific person because God has needs too. It appears that God's specific person is currently unaware that she is being pursued vibrationally by God. God is doing everything seemingly right except for pedestalizing her. In God's own words, they admit to putting her on a pedestal. Now let me ask you this. How are you going to attain something if you have placed it high above you, firmly on a pedestal? You have hung your cap where you can't reach it. Now let's say you right now are currently trying to manifest a specific person, but it's taking longer than is reasonable. Even you can tell that this just isn't normal. You may think that you have not put this person on a pedestal, but let me just quickly share with you all the ways that you could have done this so you can know definitively if you have. If you're currently trying to manifest this specific person, you may have put them on a pedestal, because we only attempt to manifest things that we consider to be ideal. For example, financial freedom. What are the flaws in that? Your dream body. What are the flaws in that? Your ideal career. What are the flaws in that? your specific person? What are the flaws in them? The answer is many, but I'll explain that in a minute. If you view them as out of your league for whatever reason, you've put them on a pedestal. If you act differently around them, you may have put them on a pedestal. If you truly believe that they have no insecurities or there are no flaws to their character, you have certainly put them on a pedestal. Now let's go back to point 1 and explore that a little deeper. Let's say you have a list of things you currently now want to manifest. You want financial freedom, you want your dream career, you want your dream body, you want clear glass skin, you want this specific person. Can you see how you only want the best? Which is perfectly normal. But can you see how you only want flawless things? You don't want just enough money to barely scrape by. You want it all. You don't want an almost dream body. You want a dream body that you can bravely bear at the beach. You don't want almost clear skin. You want clear skin. And you don't want any old raggedy person. You want this specific person, as if they're the best. As if they are the prototype for the perfect man or woman, as if they're flawless, as if they're somehow better than the rest. So what happened subconsciously when you decided to manifest this specific person? You accidentally put them in the category with all of these seemingly perfect, flawless, ideal things. You accidentally put them up on a pedestal. And believe me, they can feel that. They can feel you idealizing them. They can feel you vibrationally chasing them. And that is why they're running. When something chases you, your first instinct is to run. Let me tell you something really quick. Everybody has insecurities. You may look at me and think that I am a dream woman. Maybe you don't, but for the sake of illustrating my point, just play with me for a second, okay? So you may look at me and think that I am a dream woman, and you might try to manifest me, and maybe you'll put me on a pedestal. But I know myself. I know my flaws. I know the things that make me feel insecure, perhaps. I know I have really wicked morning breath. I know that the skin on my arms aren't exactly as tight as I want them to be since the weight loss. I know I am not fluent in French like I could be. I know that I don't have the flattest tummy yet. These are my insecurities. When you chase me, when you put me on a pedestal, I may get suspicious about the character of you. What is the worth of you that you would settle for little old me? The majority of people, perhaps your specific person as well, may see themselves from this light as well. That could be one reason why they're running. Another reason could be this. Though they've grown into a confident person like I have, like I'm hoping you have, they're wondering in the back of their minds, if you're worth my time, if you're a catch like I am, then why have you resorted to chasing another human being? Why aren't you being chased? Are you not on my level? Maybe I am out of your league. No disrespect, but maybe I shouldn't settle for you. Can you see how a sane thinking person could naturally arrive at one of these two conclusions? Robert Greene in The Art of Seduction taught me to recognize a person's insecurities and hold on to them. I used that book along with manifesting to become a prolific heartbreaker back in the day. Your sister was a dick, and I do not recommend you to be as callous and cold as I was. I was messed up in the heart. However, that is now beside the point. The point is, Recognize your specific person's insecurities and their flaws, because that is what will humanize them and dethrone them in your mind. When you see your specific person as they are, as everything that they are, when you see their flaws and you see their perfections, this is an act of unconditional love. It is you actually bearing witness to the whole picture and recognizing that it is not perfect. Though it's not perfect, you still want it. That is unconditional love. Loving somebody with no conditions. When you do this, they're going to feel that. They're going to sit back and think to themselves, oh, this feels different. This feels interesting. Isn't it interesting that this person isn't kissing my ass like everybody normally does? Is it because they know something that I don't know? Is it because they can truly see me as I am? Are they just as cool as I am? Could it be possible that they're in my league? I want you to know that once you manifest your specific person, they're going to annoy you at times. They're going to frustrate you. You're going to be pouring your heart out to them, and they're going to just sit there and not know what to do. They're going to choose their friends over you at times. They're going to pass gas in the bed. They're going to neglect to brush their teeth and still expect you to kiss them because they are normal, just like you. They're human, just like you. If you can see the whole picture of who they are as a human, instead of some mystical, elusive, divine being, you can find the confidence to actually approach them. You can find the confidence to be natural and be yourself around them. You can find the thrill in dating other people and allow yourself to see the beauty in those other people while you're not tethered to them because they're not committed to you yet. My beloved sister, just months before she passed away, shared this piece of timeless advice with me. Stop chasing and become the chased. And I hold on to that. And now I am passing it on to you, my love. Stop chasing people and become the chased person. Stop manifesting people and become the manifested person. See your specific person from the whole picture. When the sun shines on them, they will not sparkle. So stop adding your glittering filter to your fantasies and daydreams of them. You keep prioritizing yourself. You keep glowing up. You keep practicing your self-care and your self-love. You keep romanticizing yourself because you know what? You deserve it. Life has been tough and you know it. You deserve it. You deserve to take it easy. Take it easy on yourself. Stop chasing. It gets exhausting. Stop chasing other people. Stop chasing this specific person. Whether this person ultimately wants you or not, they will. They will. But whether or not they ultimately want you, you cannot allow that to determine your self-worth. It is self-worth. It is literally decided by you. When you stop chasing them, when you put yourself on that pedestal instead, oh, believe me, they're going to feel that gap. They're going to be interested in filling it. They're going to start approaching you. And remember, just as a side note, it is always possible that maybe your specific person is just unkind. Maybe they know just how much you love them and want them and adore them. And maybe they like having that power over you because they cannot find it anywhere else. So that is a possibility, and you make of that what you will. I wanted to make this video short because recently I've been going overboard. It's just because I have so much I want to share with you, my love. so much that I've learned, and I don't want to gatekeep it. I want to give it to you and pass it on, okay? So you can make your life as stunning as you want it to be. But I've said everything I wanted to say on this topic for now, so I'm going to leave you here. But before I end this video, I would like to do what I've been doing recently and give a very quick non-sponsored shout out to Marem Ladson. Marem Ladson is a musical artist I recently saw in concert. The sound of this woman was so lonely and distant. It was authentic, and I'm not even kidding you, it brought me to tears. Not that it's difficult to bring me to tears sometimes, but it brought me to tears. She's originally from Spain. She may be huge over there, I don't know, but she surely is highly indie over here in Canada and to the rest of the world. I'm going to leave the links to her music in the description box, along with my Patreon, where we do nothing but read books and discuss the lessons that have been taught within them. And with that being said, thank you for watching this video. I truly do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I trust you'll give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more content just like this one. So how did you like today's video, and what video would you like to see next? You let me know in the comment section down below. I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Toodles.